for context, they played Samoa. We can review Samoa, and they lost it. And so then they came on to Midtown, and the enemy team was just playing like a sig comp, and they just kept running them down. And then they didn't even touch point, and then they go on attack and they cap, and so like they lost first round. I don't know if they lost O2 or 1-2 or whatever, but this is round 2, and they were like already down, so they were like still really pissed. And so then this is what I'm assuming their coach comes in and says after the game, the second game is over, and they're tied 1-1 now.
I have left angle. Get the tracer.
I'm not with you. I have left angle. He has a touch. He heals.
Yo, this deep voice guy.
Wait, actually,
Look at Luke. Nah.
listen to these comms here. Like this is a one map basically, right? And like this is what I'm talking about. Where like this is the comms in their team. So like if we can just get in their heads and just play survive Overwatch and just not ever like I don't want to see, like I'm not gonna be there, but I don't want to watch the VOD or like tune in or whatever and see anybody ever taking a free death. Like, you know, like sometimes when a team knows they've lost a fight and they just stand still or like wave or something. Like I need you guys to fight tooth and nail to survive in any fight. Lost fight, one fight, whatever. Like do not give them anything. Because if they feel like they don't have focus fire, this is what they're gonna sound like.
Here we go. I don't care about anything else. Kill this Kiriko.
Lucio. Carry that. Now Sojourn.
Sojourn.
Lou basically won.
Sojourn one dead.
Take the save.
Unlike me.
I have left angle. Get the tracer.
I'm not with you.
I have left angle.
All right, here's the coach coming in now.
This deep voice guy is really annoying.
Look at Luke. Nice. What the fuck?
Okay. A lot better. Sounds like Bear.
A lot better. We literally did minimal fight planning and talked to each other, and you auto steamrolled.
Fuck yeah.
That's a good thing, I guess.
I don't know what the fuck got in our heads. Map 1. This is
Let's
not your
go, no
first time
fight
here.
plans.
A loss is a fucking loss from round 1. Who fucking gives a shit? You have 7 other fucking rounds to play.
This sounds like Bear, but like bad.
So, great fucking map. Continue the energy forward. We close this fucking out. We go next map, or we go next match. Cool. Understood. Wonderful.
This is like evil. This is like evil, you Bear. This is
Ah,
like
yeah, I
It's
mean,
evil bear.
like that's what I'm talking. Like if you guys get them down bad, then like there's nothing that's coming to save them. Like they're like, oh my god, I'll show you like their comms in Samoa. It's fucking bad, dude.
Can you go high right?
Sojourn one.
Yeah.
Fight Hawks, get it when you rip it when you get it.
Sojourn.
Ursa, kill Ursa.
Orisa can die. I want everything pumped into this bitch. Orisa, she has no defense. No defense. Carry point.
Carry no TP.
They have blue main. Careful. Lucio.
Carry that.
Trying to live.
Trade point.
I haven't seen that bad.
Okay, they have OC, they have pulse here.
That was first hit.
Oh, does it get worse?
Same thing, same also.
Yeah, they lose, I think.
Sojourn main slide. No slide on right game.
Okay, so but here, just watch how they play, right? So I don't know where Lucio is. He's off feeding his brains out somewhere, but Tracer's over here in a forward position, right? She's always gonna be in a forward position because she knows she's gonna pick or else the two team's gonna lose it for her. And then Kiriko plays up here, always plays in a safe position with the Orisa, like somewhere around the Orisa, and then the Sojourn does the same thing, but slightly off angle, right? Like she's never stacked on top of the Orisa. But here's the thing: nobody is coming to help these two, and she really doesn't have any good place to TP to. The only place she can TP to is Orisa, right? Like Tracer and Lucy are often no man's land, or they're too far away to TP to, and then like Orisa just like, yeah, like I'm in danger, so I want to TP into the middle of the fucking fight or the middle of the front line or whatever. Like she just has nowhere to go. Because this Sojourn, I'm telling you, she just does not play like in very safe positions, and they often play too close together anyway for it to like make a difference. So like all we need to do, right? So we can pressure tank if we want to, but like she's just controlling like this space right here. She's not really doing much. She also plays he plays a lot of Orisa. And he doesn't like to play too aggro with it, mostly because I think he knows that he doesn't have anybody to back him up. Like, it's kind of toothless, right? Like, if I'm playing Orisa, I'm still going in and trying to, like, full cap people. But like he kind of just likes to control space and then back up into it. Control space and then back up into it. He likes to lure people in, get them low health, and then push into them. He's never gonna like be taking an advance on Orisa. That could change if we were playing like a diva comp and he was just gonna like int on our backline. But once he does that, if our backline can just kite, then I guarantee these people are not pushing forward and they're gonna be calling for him to come back into space. And like while this is happening, we can be just like kiting and then just going on backline. So like what else? You didn't hear me say this, but like essentially what they do is they split into these two groups on this comp, and these guys play back here on point. These two play in a like safer off-angle position, and then these two play forward or on the side flank or something like that. But they play together for like 5 seconds, and then the Lucio completely just branches off from the tracer, and he gets tunnel vision on a target, or like he gets pressured out or something. And so like there's a couple different lanes we can take with this, right? If we see that like the tracer's in, she's used all of her util, and Lucio is still caught inside of us, we can go and kill him. Now, if we don't want to waste time with that, then we can just start wrapping around the point and then getting on these two guys high ground or whatever. I would definitely suggest like on Samoa, we can talk about comps and stuff, but like I think a flyer would be really good here just to kind of control the space on backside of point and then kind of render this Orisa useless. I guarantee they're just going to swap to like Doomfist or something if we start doing that. Let's see. I mean, and then at that point, they're kind of uncomfortable, right? Like this is what they've been playing all weekend. It's probably what they've been playing in all scrims. We just want to like get them off of this, get them triggered, get them on something they're not comfortable. And then yeah, definitely going to go into Samoa and just kind of we're gonna fly around the maps and stuff and just look into kind of like different fights we should take, because that's the other thing. Like we were like planning ults and we were planning fights and stuff, but like we didn't really have great kill boxes on any of the maps that we were playing. Like we didn't have like, okay, we want to take the fight here, we want to take the fight here. And so I think I just want to go through it and just kind of like kind of the same way we've done it with Lijiang, and the same way we've done it with like Antarctic Peninsula. Just kind of like say what the point of the map is, talk about how our comp leads into it, and then kind of just give you guys ideas for different fights, right? So we'll do that with the King of the Hill maps because they're the most important, and then we can kind of just touch on some weak spots on other maps. And then if we have any time left, we'll just go back to watching these guys. But I'll kind of touch on stuff on how to beat them when we're going throughout the maps as well. But watch a little bit of this right now.
No spin.
I'm gonna stay right.
Sojourn half upper. Sojourn one upper.
So this is what happened.
Have heals?
You guys see that? Did you guys see how that happened? Their Tracer and their Lucio were just rendered out of the fight because they're sitting high ground. They get pressured out. Orisa takes this side of map. She does nothing to peel for her backline. Kiri is too hyper focused on her like just being the sole provider of support for her tank. The DPS goes a little bit too wide. They die. Right?
Did the Soak get pressured out, and that's why they slid into that weird position? I'm guessing.
Why did they do that? I don't know. Let me see. Oh, it's because they started coming out from high ground, so they just panicked.
Okay. So something we can exploit though is the second Soj uses their mobility to go to a new position, we can just re-dive on them.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, we'll have Diva, right? So like diving will be a lot easier for us.
Yeah.
But like that's the other thing. Just I would say that against these guys, never enter site through the main entrance. Just always be taking different, like even if they're not optimal, just scout where they are and just start like pushing into a position that makes them have to rotate. And then once they've rotated, we can have Sean on fucking Echo, Genji, Tracer. We can have Zerbuxing at an off angle as fucking Ash or Cass just pumping damage into them. And then we collapse on them. If we play a split comp, they're not going to know what to do. Like they want to run it down. Why did they succeed on Midtown? Because they ran a fucking Sig comp into them on attack. And they were able just to like go 1, 2, 3, go. Sig. Kiri. Lucio. Oh my god, we did it. These guys fucking suck, right? Like, but the second that shit starts, they start coming in from different angles and they start wrapping around. And oh shit, these guys are high ground, but these guys are main. What? I died. Like their whole game plan just kind of falls apart, and they're just gonna keep screaming names until the fight's over.
Okay.
The trees are sitting on the left.
I'm beating here.
Sojourn no side. Sojourn no side.
Sojourn.
Oh, he got beat. Sojourn with me.
Stall it out, team. Who has
Hit a shot challenge.
Who touch next?
That guy sounds really angry.
Shot DLC is coming soon.
Touch onto Lucio die. Now touch.
Who goes next?
Just that tone, that would trigger the
That
fuck
guy
out of me.
sounds miserable.
That
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
is so annoying. Yeah.
Only you game.
Ow, that's okay.
Only you have OC.
Okay.
I'm gonna take top right angle.
I'm fighting left. I'm fighting left.
I'm gonna take the top right
Just
angle.
watch how they
first.
re-engage
I'm
here.
Spinning out in 3, 2, spinning, so I can eat up some.
Oh, that's their
damage.
tank. Their tank is the one that sounds miserable. Okay, that's
Wait,
good
this
to
is
know.
their tank doing
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
No side, no ping,
He
no
just
side,
said
no
spinning
side.
out.
Oh wait, so
That's good, though.
I
If he's
risk the last
triggerable.
critical, risk the last critical.
yeah, but our plan is to focus their Soj carry, right? So,
Yeah, but he's gonna be
So
upset if they
I
can't
just play
follow up
Life
with his
Weaver
plan.
and put pedal
That's
under him
true.
every time he tries to do something. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you could honestly.
Yeah.
I think if you're like that's it. Like when I say like we give them bait, like if we're playing Life Weaver and Ben just sits in front of Orisa and acts like he doesn't have fly and like he's just fucked, then he's gonna be screaming diva 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 diva, and then you just grip him out and like he's gonna lose his fucking shit. You know what I mean? It's that kind of team.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like he gets pissed off if he thinks his team isn't following up with his like.
And how
call.
could they? How could they?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
It's a tracer in their back line. He has a Kiri fighting for their fucking life, and then just this one guy who like if he's not hitting every single shot, then he's playing an off angle on him, and he's playing tight on corners. So like so just like oh my god, let's do some fucking math, right?
Well, I was gonna say, like, if we're ignoring him, and he's gonna be like, "I'm not fucking dying. I don't feel the
Yeah,
pressure
yeah.
you guys are feeling," and then his team's dying because we're baiting him in, and then killing somebody on a bad position. Like, that's gonna be the way we mentally break them.
I just imagine Zerva.
This is okay here. So this is
Wait, what?
Circle is tank,
Nothing.
and then Square is DPS, and then I'll do like green for good guy. Oh, that should be red still. And I'll do
which
green for-
square is the DPS?
No, so this is the center of point, right? This is center of point, and that's the enemy tank right here. Okay, so this is him. Oh fuck.
I'm
So
confused.
this is no. So this is okay. This is top down. So this is center of point right here,
Mhm.
and then this is the enemy
Mhm.
tank, and then this is him, and then Kiri's like back here. She doesn't matter. And then here's your Sojourn, right? So like if the Sojourn's playing an off angle from you, and you're pumping damage into this tank, and then she just backs around this corner right here, then like how the fuck do we expect them to die? This dude has to be playing in a then all of a sudden his DPS has to be playing in a wide position over here to do damage on the same target, or he has to push all the way up here into their back line to do damage on the Orisa. So like this tank is just playing in the wrong position here. He needs to play like okay, Jesus Christ. Let me paint actually. So like this is the backside of point or whatever. He needs to be playing like if he wants to do this with one damage player, he needs to be playing around this like right here. Let his Kiri, who is a triangle, play back here, and then have line of sight on both of them, and then then the Sojourn can play. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my shit.
We get it. Yeah.
Yeah, then the Sojourn can play over here and pump damage. Like if this was how they were playing, then yeah, Ben, good luck. But instead, he's playing over fucking here, and then the Kiri is playing on site, and these two are just completely out of the game. Like they're not doing anything, and they're literally just hoping and praying that either you completely feed into them and break line of sight with your back line, or the Tracer and Lucio do God's work and just kill everybody in the back line, and then they push in, they go, good job, team. But that's the whole strat, right? And so that's why when I say that I don't think he's a good Orisa player, it's because he just fundamentally doesn't understand how he's supposed to be owning the space as Orisa and how he can set up his backline. And then when they do start pressuring his backline, does he go over here? No. He keeps going in here and just screaming, Orisa, Orisa, Orisa. He doesn't give a fuck that he has no damage anymore, that his Kiri has already used TP or whatever and is over here on high ground. And it's just all this shit, right? He's just so hyper focused on frontline, frontline. He's not worried about his backline other than just pumping in pot shots and stuff. And because his team starts screaming a name, so he looks up at them, he's pressuring the backline at all. He's literally just dumping damage into their front line, trying to own space, and they're not doing anything with that space. Nothing is happening with this space. So he's just completely out of the game. All right, that's enough paint. But so we can exploit that, right? We can have Ben just kind of bait out a bad position out of them on point, and then we can just have people creating kill boxes on the backside of point. like where we collapse on
Yeah.
it. And then Ben, you can do this crazy thing where you fly over him, where you fly opposite side, and then he's forced to rotate using abilities because he's a slow ass like character, and it's too late by the time you guys have collapsed on them.
Yeah. I'm just thinking like I feel like Zervak. They're gonna run on Zervak more than me because they know I'm Diva and then they know that he plays Cass.
Yeah, so he can play like he can play Ash, he could play Sojourn, he could play Tracer. Like there's a whole different like I'm gonna look at this one.
Okay. Did Bear's mic cut out?
Did it? Are we here?
Yeah, you're back now. I
Okay,
think
cool.
like when
I
you
said
opened up.
we're gonna start with Samoa, just because
Okay.
I think Phoenix said that's the one that we're having trouble with.
Yeah.
Okay, create. Samoa.
Can you
Is there
leave
a way
in-game
to
in-game voice?
what?
Can you leave in-game
how-
voice and hit
oh,
double?
yeah.
You can just move yourself to spectator, I'm pretty sure.
I like going ball here and showing you guys.
Oh, okay.
But all right. So yeah, they come down main. I think sometimes they send people like beach to start or like over here to start, whatever. And so their Orisa will just kind of try to go push up and take this bridge. Their healers will be back here, or their Kiriko will be right here. Their Sojourn's gonna play over here by canoes. And then I've seen like Tracer and Lucio try to take this room together and just like I guess they're pushing for backline, right? So like what we can do is we're playing Diva or whatever we want to play here, but like we're playing Dive, right? And so honestly, I think like biggest brain strat here is to control the underside of point, right? Like right here, like their backline is essentially just so free to dive onto without like committing much at all, right? So like if we had, or even like over here, I find this part of the map to be so underutilized. Like as a Tracer player, like you have free entry to high ground right here. If somebody's right here, you can use a blink right here. You can go over through there. And so like if Diva's collapsing from point, we're over here, or we have like a flyer over here. They can just like be flying over here and then enter over here, start spamming them out while they're entering. But like, yeah, like this is a kill box right here. If we're playing underside the map, I don't think we want to do much fighting just like into them on bridge ever, right? We want to always be like engaging from point side or from like off point side over here. Just like I would say like never go straight into the Orisa, always try to bypass her. I was even like thinking like ball here could be kind of sick if you're feeling up to it. There's just like there's a couple like really cool entries. Like you can like just like grapple right there, and you can double boop or whatever you want to do. There's also like if you come from the inside of here, and like you know that they're sitting canoes, like you can do like a pretty like you can't really stun that entry. I mean they're gonna be on Kiriko anyway. Kiriko Sojourn, so at the very least you would force out slide from Sojourn. But like you can also do this stuff on Dio if you're just feeling more comfortable. But like I don't know, I've always talked about how I wanted to find a ball solution on this map, and so I was just looking around it today and I found some like cool stuff. But like essentially we want this to be the kill box, right? So like if we can't control over here because Lucio and Tracer are playing over there, like that's fine. We don't have to just like try to take that on our own. But like that does make it very easy to kill over here. But like I think that if we can just control underside of point, this person really can't do damage on the point. And they also can't push up much further than right here, or else they're going to be exposed. And like the Kiriko is not rushing forward with the Orisa, so like if she wants to fight point, she has to drop down, and then you guys can just go up. Or if she wants to go on our healers or whatever, like we're probably playing flyer here, right? So like they like she won't be able to push onto them, onto that healer. But like let's say like Pleb's playing like Ana back here or Ana over here, then she has to like rotate all the way over here. He can just back up. Or if he's playing Lifeweaver even, she just like pushes him forever. He just backs up and then he can just pedal up. And like while this is happening, we're going and we're killing backline, we're killing Sojourn, we're killing Kiriko. But like the name of the game is just like create that bait for them to go like try to get onto, right? So if we have a Life Weaver over here, they go, okay, like that's the one person we know we can go get on, so let's collapse. So you'll have Tracer coming from over here, you'll have Arissa coming down main, and then you can just keep backing up. You can back up to even beach if you wanted to. Just lift up, and the team could even take a fight in open space here. They can take a fight up here on high ground. But like you can just kill a lot of time, and we're a pretty like nimble comp that will be able to like get onto somebody in that time. So I think that's how we should play that one. But like again, like just like scouting out from under here, Ben, and just kind of like looking at where they're going, looking where they're set up and stuff. If they ever come beach, then like that should just be a free fight for us because we can just surround them from 1,000 different angles with high ground. If they come from like back here, then like again we just kind of like want to wrap different parts of the high ground, make them push into one of us. Whoever they're pushing into just kind of backs up, gives space. Meanwhile, we're collapsing onto their back line, they're rotating with the front line. If they come from main or whatever, then like again, we're letting them come point. If they come point, then we say fuck point. We go push up high ground and just attack them. And if they want to push across bridge to get onto our healers, well then we already talked about that. We just keep healing forever, find out where the Kiriko or Sojourn are, and just collapse on them. Or the Lucio even. The Lucio is, again, like I said, he plays the Tracer, but sometimes he splits off and it's just completely killable. I saw a ton of fights where he was like the first one dead just because he just was just skating around and he just gets caught.
Yeah.
Is there any way to like
Make it calm.
Yeah,
Which
you
part?
can. You need to go back and then go to like King of the Hill settings. So modes and then control, I think, and then that. Wait, where is it? Limit valid points. Yeah, first, second, third. I don't know
Okay.
which ones are which, but
All right, we'll try it too.
Yeah, and do you think like Zervak and Pleb should play together and then they just back up and then we
Yeah,
go in, or
like-
do you think?
Well, I mean, like I think that like, Pleb could just play by himself, honestly. And then you guys are so agile that like you could peel if you need to. You know what I mean? But like I don't even
Yeah.
think we need to peel. I think he can just live. And then I think he could even pull one of you guys if he needed. Like if he said, Ben, I need help, you just line of sight him. He can pedal up whatever he needs to do. He pulls you, and then you can just fight the Tracer with him.
I think
Yeah.
well, they're probably gonna
Vod
ignore
has
Ben.
to play.
Yeah, that's fine.
What we've
If they ignore- if they ignore
what
Ben,
we've
then he just-
been doing recently is I play at an off angle to Vok, and then like if they go on Vok, I have cooldowns for Vok. If they go on me, then like they're never gonna get me. Or I'm
Yeah.
gonna make it take so long that we win.
Yeah, because he primarily plays cast, so having like the Weaver cast gives cast the mobility,
Yeah,
right?
that's true. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, like so if you guys played Cast Weaver here and you guys just abuse this part of the map right here, and then you guys can just always pedal up. You can always pedal up and just yank them up to high ground. Then like they're just gonna be constantly having to do crazy rotations to try like they're gonna be stuck out here and open, or they're gonna have to come all the way down through here, which then you guys just have escapes over here. You guys can push on the point. All this time is time for your team to peel back onto you as well, or kill their backline, whoever they're on. So like I think that like using that verticality and stuff. They like taking over here. Like they're Tracer and Lucio will be fighting over here, so I wouldn't really recommend ever coming over here. I'd say that we just go on this side of the map and just make this ours. But like yeah, they're gonna come down main. Tracer Lucio will be over here. Like Ben, you can just be fighting point and stuff. But like we just need to like create a presence on point to get their Arissa to start walking and just thinking they're controlling space, or else they're just gonna swap. And play Doom, and then they can probably get onto our backline easier. But like, if we can if we can make the Arissa think that they're owning space and that they're not the problem, then like I only saw them really swap Doom when they wanted to touch point at the very end of a map or something. Like I think that like they're pretty committed to thinking that they're good at Arissa and that they're just gonna keep going with it. And so you just want to create some like pressure onto them. You can be flying up high ground and stuff, but like just try to create that off angle for our team or whatever. So if we want the Sojourn to be playing over here so that they're in line of sight of Zervak or whatever, then like you need to be thinking opposite. So like pressure the Arissa over here, and then if Sojourn starts playing wide or whatever on you, you need to really pressure her, force her back into right over here, and then she'll be right into Zervak's line of sight, right?
Yeah.
So and then we can also have our flyer kind of up over here as well. So like you want to be if we're gonna take high ground or low ground, whatever we're gonna do, you just want to be taking heals from Life Weaver. Life Weaver will be dumping utility into Zervak though, just in case anybody pressures, like Tracer or Lucio come pressure him. but healing you, and then we can have our flyer or like Genji, wherever the fuck we want to run, just kind of playing on this high ground. So you can just be kind of like pressure, force the Orisa this way, and then at any point you can just be kind of like coming over here, helping high ground, forcing them to make rotations around the point, and then just always have a presence on point as well. Like there's no way they can kill you. Like Orisa can't kill you if you have like healers that are able to pay any attention at all to you, and you have Matrix up. Like Orisa's not going to be able to kill D.Va.
Yeah.
And like especially not with whatever comp she's running. Like if they had Bastion or like some shit where they were really focusing down tank, sure. Or like a Sombra even. But like they're running this Tracer Lucio. So as long as we are playing high ground, forcing them to make crazy long rotations to even touch you, and then on top of that, they just have a naked Sojourn without a pocket in the back line, then like we're not even controlling space, we're controlling angles, right? That's what we want to do. So like we want them to think that they own an angle, get them to play on the off angle over here, and then create something for like Zervok and Sean to be pumping.
Alright, I'm back.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's map 2. Talking about re-entries on this map, yeah, like let's just always come through high ground. We know that the Tracer likes to like sit right here looking for like pulse or a one clip or whatever. But like we want to claim this high ground. Orisa like just can't stay up here. She'll eventually have to back down the point with enough pressure. But yeah, I would say that like you guys can also just like commit some kind of ult as well to take this high ground back if we ever lose a fight. But once we have this high ground, it's just kind of a war of attrition at that point, and we just need to survive and just slowly drain them or force them into bad positions and get our kills.
Okay.
All right. And
Now for the next map, we've struggled with our comp. So we've done like a brawl or a rush, and then we've tried doing this like split focus comp kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what everybody else's thoughts are, but I feel like I don't know. My thoughts are we should just brawl it because I think the split focus is just like.
Yeah, I think so Zarya plays really well into Orisa, right?
Yeah.
Just because she can bypass that gold and she can bypass the spin, and then she just has bubbles, so like her forward aggression doesn't really matter that much. The only problem is like if she decides to ignore you and then you're just like low charge the whole time. But what we can do is we can go Cass, we could go like Cass, Kiriko, Lifeweaver, and then Genji, and then you're just pumping bubbles into Genji. So what they like to do is they like to sit over here on this high ground. And so if we can just kind of get our Genji to flank and then get into them, and we can bubble, like we can double bubble if we need to. Or even play Tracer here, but just like sending somebody in to go be an assassin, and they're not even necessarily trying to get a kill, but they're just trying to get Ben hella charge, so then he can take space against the Orisa. And then once we have sufficiently pressured the Orisa out, like if she is half health, she's not playing aggro, she's playing to survive, right? She does not expect to get enough heals from her Kiriko to be able to pressure back into you. So once they like I saw it right here, they were playing defensively. And the enemy team was pushing on trying to take point, and Orisa was trying to control right here. So Orisa was like just doing damage, and like her healer was trying to heal her up. She got down to like 20%, and then she just stood right here, and she didn't want to push it anymore. So like once we get like 80, 90, 100% charge, and Orisa is 20%, we don't even need to try to kill her anymore. If we can kill her, great. But what we can also do is just walk past her and just like push right into their high ground. Commit more ults. Like the second that we see Orisa playing defensively is when we want to really step on the gas and just play at a new tempo. So like we're kind of in a poke stage right here, poking, maybe sending Sean back there on high ground, getting Orisa to turn around, and like getting charge up and stuff. And then once we see her dip around this corner because she's half health or whatever, we can focus on her if we want, or we can just walk right up these stairs and just kill the team, and then she's gonna be like stuck behind, and like trying to find a target to kill. And then we push into them. But yeah, they love playing right here and taking this high ground with their Orisa playing like right around here on point. But yeah, like just even having like a flanker that's just like literally sitting here while we're poking the Orisa out, and then just ready to go in. But again, their Tracer's gonna be playing free around the map, so maybe she'll be over here like trying to do damage on you guys while you're in your poke stage. But like as long as we can survive her. And just like this is literally the benefit of playing two supports instead of just like one support, and then a tracer like pocket or whatever the fuck it is that Lucio is that we can just survive like just kind of stuff like that, just like annoying shit like a tracer sitting here on this angle just pumping damage on us. We can ignore them, take a few shots at them to like say, hey, we notice you, but like you can't really do anything. Pressure out the Orisa, and then we just push into them with whether an ult or just like a count of 3. We all just push past her. She's not good at controlling space. So like, you know, if I'm playing Orisa, I'm always saving, and like I know I'm low health, then I'm definitely saving an ability just so that I can like do some crowd control. But like I've seen it so many times where like she's just low health and the team pushes past her and she doesn't really do anything to stop them. So that's kind of the strat there. But yeah, like just playing the Zarya and just like, you know, they're not going to really do much damage to you if they're smart bends. So just trying to save your bubbles for like your supports if a tracer's pressuring them, or just trying to give them to Sean so that he can, one, get his ult up, maybe get picks, and then you can get a bunch of charge from him while you're protecting him.
Okay.
So that's that map. But yeah, I think just 100% commit to that. Play that at scrims tomorrow. Those three comps. So like, you know, D.Va on the first 2 with like a flyer, and then no flyer on this one. Just playing the Genji with 2 supports in the back.
Okay, Genji or Tracer?
Genji or Tracer on this map, yeah. But like if Sean's feeling the fucking Genji, then like I want him to be on his best hero, right?
Yeah.
And if you're feeling like you can enable it, which like it shouldn't be that hard because again they're just running like Sojourn and Kiriko in the back line. It's not like they have like a Zen or like a Cass or something that could really fuck him up. So like rail shot or like just a Kiriko going insane is really only his really big threat. But like we have bubbles for that, so he should be fine.
Yeah.
And they don't have Zarya either, so like he's really not under that much pressure. The Orisa can't really do too much to help him or help with their backline. Okay. So, and like, oh, Ben, I think just like a really big thing is just recognizing who the pressure target is. You saw how they're like very uniform and just screaming one name. So just like if you see anybody under pressure, just like really utilize those bubbles on them, make them unkillable, and like it'll trigger the fuck out of them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just touch on. We're really good at Antarctica normally, but let's just like really briefly touch on it.
Okay.
And then this is off.
I know with the one Antarctica map where we've done a combination of the split poke and the rush Winston comp, right? We've been kind of 2. If we're doing the split
This
poke,
one?
no, not this one. The other one. The other one where we were for the longest time running the Winston rush, but then we also have done like a Sojourn poke previously with Gabe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think with Zervok being Cass, I think we don't split poke because the timing has to be immaculate, and he just plays behind you guys on your rushy kind of comp. If we're doing the Mercy Pocket.
Which one is that? The labs or is that?
It's not the yellow one. It's not this one. It's not the yellow one. It's the other one.
Yeah,
Whatever
yeah,
it's
the
called.
labs.
Yeah.
Okay, so this map's obvious, right? We send Echo to point or Genji, whatever the fuck you guys are running, whatever Sean's running. He pressures point. Everybody else can sit back here or up in window. They're going to be controlling this high ground. Ben, you can also be low ground if you want, or you can just be sitting like over here, just kind of taking poke, like creating a bait for them. But once point unlocks, we're pressuring it, force some people down to point. We're pressuring up here. I think that, yeah, like Zervok should just be playing Ashe here, and just either playing that angle or that angle. He'll be playing with Pleb. Sean will be floating around playing with Pocket as Echo. If they go like Sojourn and he's just somehow kicking Sean's ass, then he can play Genji, and then you can just swap to like you can swap the supports up to like a Ana Zen or an Ana Kiriko, whatever we're feeling is necessary. Yeah, like we're controlling the point. The second they drop, we go back up with our agility and fight high ground. And yeah, as long as we are letting our hit scan stay unpressured up there, then this should really be a free map. We've done this before. We know what we're doing here. This one isn't that unique. I wish there was a much faster way to do this. Okay.
Then all right.
Oh, okay. So this is the one you're talking about, right? This one, Phoenix?
Yeah, this one, sorry.
Okay.
So I know previously we've done like a Winston rush here, and then with Gabe for a while we were doing like this Sojourn pocket on that right high ground. But since Zervok plays Cass, we tried doing this high ground yesterday in scrims, but the fight that we ended up taking from our like rush side was like deep left, so like we couldn't see anything. But also
Yeah.
B, like our timing was like completely off, depending when like we were poking out and when they were hitting kind of thing. And it just left me and Vok with our dicks in our hands kind of thing. So I'm thinking that me and Vok don't even go to this high ground because we're so immobile as the Mercy cast, and we just kind of play behind our team. I don't know what
So
your
yeah,
thoughts
so
are.
like 100% they're gonna have a tracer playing over here, right?
Mhm.
And then just like so we want to go forward and they'll be sitting over here while we're pushing in or whatever. But like this one, yeah, this has always been like a lower brain strat map for us, right? But like I think that we could even play like Winton if we wanted to here. And then we could just have a strong backline, right? So like Ana and Kiriko with the cast, and you guys are just kind of sitting over here, sitting on this high ground. If they pressure you out, then like you guys are just surviving while like Sean and Winston are jumping on people or whatever. But if we don't want to do that, if we just want to play like if we just want to play Brawl or whatever, we could just play like Sigma or Ram or some shit, or even Arissa if we wanted to, and just like take this high ground and get Zervok angled up here, because this is probably the safest part of the map. Like we just need to watch over here. But like over here, I just feel like it's so collapsible and you're just so exposed that like once pressure comes in, you're like fighting. Whereas this one, like pressure comes in, we still have like a couple ways to escape. We can go back here, we can drop down, we can go back to our side point, we can flip map. But like over here, you're just kind of like, if you're playing right here, once they start pressuring you, there's not really a lot of places to back up to where you're not completely exposed. So like I think if we're even gonna play split at all, or we're just gonna like, or we're gonna play together, then like this is the high ground we need to get. But yeah, like this one's just all about just getting pressure down, controlling this high ground, and then yeah, like once point unlocks again, like we can kind of do that same bait where maybe Tracer plays down here and pressures point out so that we force some people down onto here. And if we ever see people over here, then we just need to be smart about it, because like while you're crossing is when you're most vulnerable. But like if we can just kind of like say, oh hey, like we're up here, whatever, and they're over there, if we can just on a dime just switch our attention over here and pressure them out, then like these guys are also going to be crossing. They're just going to be later to the fight. And then if you guys win this fight or push them back, then all of a sudden you have this high ground to play off of while they're on point. And we could even leave somebody behind on high ground just to kind of dump damage into like another angle or whatever. So like like everybody except for Cass could rotate, or everybody except for Ana could rotate, and they can be playing the opposite angle. But like I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I think like just play a dive tank here, and just make it freer. And then like Zervok, he can play Cass, but he also doesn't have to play Cass. He can play the Tracer if we need him to, and then Sean can just be on Genji or Echo. That might be the more free thing to do rather than just trying to play Brawl into a team that likes to play Brawl.
Yeah, that's fair.
But like I don't want to like come in here 2 days before your last scrim and be like play this instead. But maybe if we feel like everything's not working, then we just say, hey, let's just try like dive real quick and see how it feels.
Yeah, we play both Samoa and Antarctica tomorrow because
Okay.
we don't choose first map. They do. I'm assuming they'll choose Lijiang like everybody else, but just in case they don't, I'm making sure that we
Okay,
actually
sure.
practice these ones.
Yeah. What am I doing? All right, let's just touch really briefly on the last one, which is like a flyer comp. All right, so this map is 100% about controlling the space right here. Because anytime they try to pressure point, they are facing like an unhideable angle while we are in a pretty safe position over here.
Is this like a me and Sean from flyer
this is an
perspective?
off angle kind of thing. So like we want to own that space, but like we need to also control other parts of the map as well, obviously. So like we just need D.Va to be loose over here. So D.Va's loose over here. We can have a lane of pressure right here as well. and just kind of controlling this area. And then the second they try to push in over here, we want to rotate back onto here so that they are now fighting into our full team, and we have control of the point. And if they go this way, well, then we create a pinch, and we have pressure over here, and we have pressure right here, all collapsing onto them. Or even pressure, like if we're playing flyer, then like even just pressure behind them, and using this as your cover. So like they're either going to be forced off the point into this exposed space where you can just do damage into them and we're capping point, or they're going to be forced under where you can just have all the cover that you've ever needed. Anybody that's split, not under point, is just going to be over here, and we can just be like, we can be getting off the point or whatever if we need to. But like they're going to be always forced onto point unless they want to be exposed to just like a shit ton of damage. So that's the strat here. Just line of pressure right here, line of pressure and ownership over there, and then just creating a pinch or creating a shotgun of damage down right here, where you can also play around these lines of sight if we need to, while they push in, and they will have zero cover except for this right here. But again, like I said, the flyer, once they're on point, can just use this as cover. And so this is just anywhere they are on this point right here is exposed. That's an easy one. Do I even need to talk about Lijiang? Do we feel good about that one? I guess we should, since that's the most likely one that we'll do. But let's see.
Spend every moment
Okay.
growing into who you truly are.
I like the Life Weaver here, honestly. Just because like this is such a non-suspecting part of the map that you really don't realize is like so dangerous, right? So like if you overcommit on this part of the map, like 9 times out of 10 you die, just because there's pressure coming from bridge, pressure coming from over here, pressure coming from point, and then your team is just actually really, really far away. I don't know why this area looks so small, but it's actually like extremely far. So like if I'm playing Winston and my team's back here and I see somebody over here and I dive on them, then like I'm very far away from my team and I have so many different angles of pressure on me.
Sorry, I'll be right back. Sorry.
Yeah, sure, that's fine. So like I think that if we can create that kind of bait where we just have Life Weaver sitting over here and we're maybe trying to take space on point, maybe we have like our cast main or a tracer main or whatever, and then like a flyer, just kind of like taking tower, and then Diva's kind of just taking main, and then even maybe like starting to rotate towards point or starting to rotate towards pagoda. We just have our Life Weaver kind of sitting main and just creating a bait for their tank to come and try to dive onto. They can pedal up and then they are completely exposed, or we can go on their back line, whatever we feel we have to do. So that's just how we can create the pressure in the first fight. From there, just like, you know, we just want to be marking bridge as best we can. Once they come into white room, we like this is a potential kill box, right? So like while they're rotating, just Ben's playing on point. We want flyer to be just like hovering over, just dumping damage into them. Once they get to point, like Ben can sit here, the rest of us can go start playing an open space and just kind of like pumping resources into him, pumping damage into them as they try to come around this corner. But yeah, like we know how to play this map. We're very good at this map, right? Shit lobby. All right, this one. So Ben, are you playing ball here? Or are you playing?
I might just play Diva.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you're
I
doing
know
a
I
good
played.
job.
I played Doom against him last time here and we won it, but
Oh yeah, that's right. So like the whole thing that you did with Doom or whatever is we just need to force point. And once we get Orisa on point, then like the big question is where do their Sojourn and Kiri stand? Because it can also be point with a flyer and everything that we play. So we force point, we get the Orisa in rotation, we say bye-bye, we go up here, we fight backline, we force TP, we collapse onto them. Getting control of this high ground over here is just like free for us. They have no peel whatsoever. So, you know, if Sojourn goes and plays over here, then that should be an easy kill for Diva and Echo to go kill together. But yeah, like the whole thing is that we need to get Orisa to separate from her team, and how we do that, we force point. And then so yeah, so Orisa has to point for like we have to force point against Orisa. If they're smart, they'll send Tracer to point. And if that happens, then like we can just also fight the Tracer. We can commit ults if we need to, but like we just force the Orisa to eventually have to come point by pressuring her out. And then yeah, you guys did a good job of like faking main and then just coming through white. So like, you know, get the Orisa to fight this corner, and then you guys just bypass her into high ground. She's gonna be fighting upstairs or behind you guys. But like you guys will be able to get into them. I think I saw that fight one time happen when you guys I was watching the VOD of you guys played them. But yeah, this one is yeah, and then like getting Pleb up there is important as well. I think their Orisa and their Lucia like to play over in dark rooms, so just be aware of that, Pleb. As you go to set up.
Like they take first fight there? Is that what you're saying?
They that's where they start.
I recall last time playing they had some that they didn't rotate through white, they rotated through dark to get to white.
So you might just like play a little slow and then wait for them to rotate.
I'm
through
usually
dark.
waiting over there, feeling it out.
You can start
Okay.
Coast Club
Yeah, true.
if you wanted to. Okay. So this is the last one. This one, you're playing Diva Flyer here, right?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, like if they TP, if they do whatever, it's just about creating this lane of pressure right here, and then just having Flyer out on coast. They play point. And then once we have point, we want all fights to take place out in courtyard. If they bypass us with like a TP or something, which I don't think playing sim here, again, we just do the same fight on point. But yeah, like we just need to have Flyer sitting like this angle right here. It's almost better if they like have to rotate all the way around. We can just like again just mirror them, just match them. But like if they're ever fighting an open space, just like wherever we need to find where their sojourn is, because their sojourn is really the only threat to our Flyer. And so if we're just always finding her and then playing directly on top of her, then she'll be forced out of under here to have to fight you, and you'll just be completely uncontested in the sky. They swapped Doom here last time. This is a month ago, so I mean, who knows if any of this is relevant. But like Doomfist, like you know, it's like I think we still stuck onto Ana against them, and we were able to. I don't know that we won this part. I think we had 99, and then like, they swapped Doom, and we just kind of like lost focus. But if they play Doom, then we just want to go slippery backline, and then just again take the same fight, put the pressure over here. Doom's like this is actually a pretty good area for Doom. So like you know maybe we can bait him into taking fights over here. But like this could be the new kill box. So like Diva goes in here, he punches in, and then we have like Flyer and Tracer or Castle, whatever the fuck, just collapse into here to kill him. And then you know Flyer can still just be hanging around coast, just pumping in damage and pressure around point. Okay, so that's that one. And then what? I don't want to have to go into the maps for every one of them, but I guess we can just
Yeah, I can
talk-
bring up
yeah.
the pool. Guys, what do you
Okay.
think is our weakest? I think Kings Row, New Bonnie, Hollywood were all fairly comfortable on. Am I wrong in thinking that?
I think our weakest map is Watchpoint Gibraltar.
Okay, shut up. That's okay. Uh, do we want to be talking about any of the like push or flashpoint maps?
Wait, here, so let's go through escort real quick. Well, what's the second one? Is it hybrid?
It's hybrid. So it's Kings Row, New Bonnie, Hollywood, and then there's Havana, Gibraltar, Route 66.
Okay, so yeah, so for hybrid, there's Kings Row, Hollywood, and
New Bonnie, and we play the same comp on all three.
oh, and then Bonnie's
We just
right
play Flyer Dive on all three.
Okay.
basically.
So yeah, I guess let's touch really briefly on Nimbani, and so okay, yeah. So Nimbani just controlling the two high grounds on first point. That's one of the ones that we can full hold. Like really good if we can do that. But like they're gonna be doing ult pushes, so we just need to be ready for like 4 Qs, 3 Qs, or whatever. And then I would imagine they're playing Monkey on all 3 of these, except for Kings are able to play Orisa or whatever. But like Hollywood and Midtown, or Hollywood and Nimbani will be the Monkey comps. They might even play with the Genji, just because I think that's probably better for them than the Sojourn on that. On Nimbani in particular. Hollywood, they'll still be playing a Sojourn. Kings Road, they'll be playing Sojourn, Tracer, and Orisa, whatever. Oh, what is it? I saw they were playing one team, and the gamer guy, who's like, he's like a Tracer one trick. One of the guys on the enemy team just says, he goes, "Hi gamer, ruler, what a game ruler. How do you feel about the incoming Tracer blink changes or something like that?" Just like it was just the most polite way I've ever seen somebody tell somebody that they're a Tracer one trick and you get fucked. But that was pretty funny. But yeah, like just controlling high ground. I think Genji is really good on Nimbani. But so is Flyer. So it's whatever we're feeling in the moment, like whatever we feel is stronger. But yeah, like Diva on defense, and then Monkey on attack here. Same with Hollywood, and then Kings Row. Like yeah, like we've been playing that really masterfully. Just kind of like controlling the high grounds and just kind of getting them so that kind of their only strategy is to force point, and then hope that they can just somehow out ult us or something. That's kind of the only strat, other than just getting like, just if we can avoid just like picks and just like giving them free kills, then like we'll make them fight tooth and nail for that shit. Hollywood, we've done a lot. I think that like, especially against that Tracer, if we do that same like hard packed high ground with the like double, like with the Kiriko Ana and then the Torbjorn, then like that'll be pretty free. The only way that they were really able to break it was just by like super coordinated dives, and then just us like kind of like just making individual mistakes. I think is how they were able to bust through it with those better teams. We just need to be making sure that we're really pressuring them out before they get the dive in. Like if we know that Monkey wants to dive in, Ben, and we're just in there just pumping pressure into them, then like if even if they heal their Winston up, whatever, they're still having to commit resources into him, maybe abilities or whatever, and then that just slows it down, changes their timing, changes like what abilities they have on cooldown or whatever. So just like really marking him, really trying to mark the Monkey, on top of just kind of controlling the space on point. Okay, so it's escort, and you said it's Route 66, right? Just one of them.
Havana, Gibraltar, Route 66. So Gibraltar we have on lock. I think Havana, fairly. I mean, we're just
Are you
really
playing sniper or what?
Yeah, we're just really banking on Zervok on that map.
Yeah, so that's Zervok, and if you guys lose that one, he's cut. Gibraltar, you guys just about just avoiding the dumb picks on first point. And then name of the game is force cart. So we have a Tracer on cart, just always pressuring it, forcing somebody to go down and commit. That helps us get the high ground control, which is what you need to win first point. Or you just C9 the whole fucking thing, which is a strat I've seen quite a few times too, exactly. But and then Havana, and then Route, it's the same thing as Hollywood. We just do like stronghold on high ground. The only reason I would say not to do that on watch point is just because like we could have Vok Widow on defense, or like that's the whole problem is Widow, and so that's why you can't run that same like stronghold on high ground. It's just because there's just an open line of sight, and once they bust into that strong back line, then like everything falls apart, right? So we just want to be like a kind of like more dynamic comp that just survives, and then is always able to kind of contest the card if they need to. And then that way they can't cap first point. So that's those three. I feel good about escort. I think you guys always do really want escort and hybrid. Yeah, it's just these three ones. So just make sure that like tomorrow you're getting your best reps into Antarctica and to Samoa, and just kind of trying out some of the stuff that we talked about.
Do you guys actually, while we're talking about that, when we play against Yorm and friends for our warm up, do we want to do like a Koth Flashpoint Koth? Like we do our 2 bad Koth maps, and then like a Flashpoint we're not comfortable on, instead of doing a hybrid or an escort? Or do you guys want to do the traditional?
Sure. I'm down for whatever.
If we're really worried about Koth, especially it being not our strongest Koth map pool out of the 3, like really only Lijiang is our strong one, right? We could do like Antarctica, and then whatever Flashpoint we want to do, and then Samoa. Is everyone wanting that, or do we want to do a escort or hybrid as well? Like instead of.
I guess I'm good. I'm literally good with whatever. I'm down to do both Koth maps
Do
and
Koth.
Flashpoint.
Flash and
Because I agree on we struggled against them on this Koth map. Or not Koth, on this Flashpoint map against them. I think
Did you
that's
guys
because we
roll
were
them?
just,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Okay.
think that's because we kept running down the JQ and when we could have literally just turned on the Lucio. Or we could have like fake engaged and turned.
Yeah, fake engage and then turn on Lucio. Yeah, so like, I mean, Tracer, so like, if they're coming down this lane, then we know that Tracer and Lucio are gonna come out in this lane. And so like, if we can just get Zervok, like onto a high ground, or like, oh, high ground's over here. If we can just control that space and then just like constantly be rotating and stuff, away from like their horde or whatever, and then we can also turn into the Lucio if we need to. But like as long as we're staying stacked and we're just more agile than them, and I think they were actually playing Orisa here instead of
JQ.
JQ when I last saw them play this map. And so like that's even slower because they don't have that shout or whatever anymore. And like Lucio's not even playing with Orisa, so she doesn't have that speed boost. But
Yeah.
there's a really good map. I'll try to find it, but I think they lost against some team. And you can just kind of see how they split focus and they just kind of fall apart because of it. So like, yeah, on this map, it's just all about like doing bait and switch. So we just want to have like D.Va right here, kind of like forcing the Orisa to take an engagement right here, and then just kind of like other people can be trying to take fights through back here or just like on this lane over here. But like we just kind of want to pull them into us and then just kind of like keep evading them and then just kill backline. Or if their Lucio's feeding into us, we just want to be able to turn on to him. But like that's just true for all of these. So like we kind of want to make them initiate a fight like at these entrances and use abilities to have to try to get onto us, and then they're stuck in like no man's land.
yeah.
And so you can see that on. Let me see this part. Yeah, like over here, their Orisa was like focusing a down main, and she was really wrapped up on the D.Va or their Orisa or whatever. She's like, Orisa's half. And meanwhile, her entire team was like picking a fight over here. It was like Tracer and Lucio against like 3 people, and they just killed the Lucio, and the team fell apart from there. So just like, you know, like we can be doing our own different kinds of bait. Like so, like we can just have like a cast or like whatever we're running, like whatever hit scan Zervok's running can just be kind of sitting here as bait, just trying to pull the Tracer and Lucio in here, and then D.Va can be sitting main right here to pull the Orisa's attention. And then like once Orisa starts biting and the other guy starts biting, then we can all just kind of turn onto this room and then kill, right? So it's just about like creating bait, getting split attention, getting everybody calling a different target, and then just like once they're all split is when we decide on a single target and kill them. What are the other ones here? Oh yeah, I think we've talked about this map in the last VOD. We did this map, right? And I talked about each point and stuff. This one's just that like you don't want to overcommit onto this bridge, and you can just drop if you need to. That's like the big concept there. And then the one over here is that like you want to be pumping pressure into like right here, just like really pumping pressure into here. Or I guess over here is where most people enter from. And so like if you ever see a tank in this room right here, you want to just dump damage into them because like they really don't or play like if you're playing Orisa or whatever, you want to force them into this corner. But like at the very least you're gonna force all of their util dump into them to keep them alive, and then from there the fight should just be pretty free. But like yeah, like we're always playing like this angle right here or this angle back here as tank, and then like you know with our healers just more safely tucked into here or like back here. And then DPS can be playing the same angles Orisa, playing over here, playing over back there. But like, just like, yeah, like we want all the pressure to be happening right here. Once they get on the point, they've already used util to get here. And then again, if we're ever entering into sight and we see a tank right here, we want to just like pressure the fuck out of them because this is a long way to go. And there's really not a lot of cover for them once they even get back to the point. So like while they're using util to even get them back here, well now the util's gone and you're still in the middle of the point, or like you're still like in a very open line of sight, or now you're even off point, or they can just drop down here and they're just out of the fight, and you guys push onto their DPS so their support's on point. So yeah, I think I talked about this one more in another VOD. But did I talk about the other flashpoint? The
I feel like maybe, but I can't recall.
Okay, do it really quick. And then what we said, push left, right?
Yeah. And I think the only push map we might need help with is New Queen Street. Does everybody agree?
Yeah, 'cause you guys are good on
We're good on
Portugal.
Esperanca, and then we've kind of got a vibe for
Coliseo.
Coliseo
Okay.
in relation to New Queen Street, where we struggle a little more.
Okay. Okay, so we talked a little bit about this map when you guys played that one team that kicked your ass, right? And then yeah, so we talked about this a little bit. So yeah, like this one, it's just about creating like different angles and stuff. So like I think that like getting like pleb on this angle over here as like honor some shit. Because like let's just look at the line of sight over here. Like you do have this angle right here, and like Ben can always back up more if he needs to. But like 100%, they're gonna be sending Orisa and Sojourn right here with Kiriko somewhere tucked back here. And then they're gonna be pushing into us right here, and then Lucio and Tracer are gonna be wrapping around over here. So like we just need our Ana to be somewhere safe. So you could be playing over here, but then they could always just like turn on you from main or whatever. Or you could even just play Kiriko here if you feel like it.
Yeah, I think Pleb and I have talked. I think we're gonna end up doing it where he's the Lucio and I'm the Kiri or Moira, depending on which flashpoint it is.
Yeah, so then like in that case, you just want to be like sitting right here, and then like if Tracer and Lucio decide to commit to you, you can always just turn on them. But like yeah, just like we can. I don't love this angle. I would rather us just be able to play backwards on the point. Like again, it's really just Sojourn that we're worried about, like getting rail shot or whatever. But if Ben can just kind of control the space, and like, do you play Diva here, Ben, or do you play JQ or what?
He's been playing JQ on this map and Zar on the other one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
but I can play Diva in any.
Okay.
Either or.
I mean, if you're feeling like Diva is shutting down their Orisa, then like keep playing it, right? Don't like give her an out. Like, oh, I get to play against the JQ now, thank God. So like you just keep playing it. But, like you're just like again, just trying to keep the Orisa like thinking she's important and controlling space against you. And then like you can even just be kind of like just purely scouting for the Kiriko. If we see that their Tracer and Lucy are playing over here, then we can just go, hi Orisa, bye Orisa, and then just push onto their Kiriko Sojourn back here. Because like now all of a sudden these two guys are completely out of the fight, and then just as long as like we can mitigate the Orisa a little bit, then like we can just kill these people, and now all of a sudden Orisa's stuck between our entire team with no util. Especially if this guy like TPs away or TPs right into the Orisa, then they're just completely fucked. So just like same concept as the King of the Hill ones. Okay, I think I definitely have talked about this map a little bit with you guys, but like this one is just like we want to control right here, and then I think like with re-entry on the point, we just want to have pressure coming from stairs a little bit, because like if they're on point, then we want to be able to have another angle right here, somebody pulling them away even, or like making them push back on the point a little bit. That opens up this lane for whoever's entering. But yeah, defensively, we should be playing right here. We can play back here as well. And then like we can have healer sitting back here, just like pumping in support for our team on point.
Yeah.
All right, and then this one. Yeah, this one's just about winning the high ground fight right here. Especially if they have Orisa. Like, we own this high ground. We set up our DPS right here. There's like Orisa will have to hide on that side of the point. And then like, you know, they might have a support over here. But again, like if their support's playing right here and we have control of high ground, then they're just going to have pressure dumped into them. Diva can go dive them. Orisa's still completely underutilized on point. They might swap the Doom or whatever, but like, you know, I mean, that's just like a what if. But they've been playing a lot of Orisa on these kind of maps. We control high ground. We can always collapse on these other high grounds if we need to with our dives. On Diva for playing that, and if we're playing JQ, then we just put JQ on point, and she has all of this uncontested support from high ground, and the Orisa's playing over here. She has to play literally this angle, or she's fucked. You guys can just keep mirroring her, and then if she has any supports that she's playing right here, they're gonna be playing. They can't be in like tucked. They'll be playing like out in the open to support her, like over there. Or they'll be playing over here or main or whatever, in which case we can always just be taking angles on them. High ground's really important there. Okay, and the last two. I feel my voice going hoarse. Yeah, this one, I think it's just about like when attacking into it, just again like creating lanes of pressure. So like having people over here on this high ground, pumping damage to the point if we get to here. Otherwise, like if we're playing from main and they're kind of playing out here, we just want to be sending people over here, just kind of like wrapping around them and stuff. And then just finding out where the Lucio Tracer is. We can play opposite of them, or we can decide to go fight them, right? So if we know Lucio Tracer over there, we can pressure into the Orisa, and then go, okay, we're going on Orisa, like we're going on Tracer Lucio, fight them. Or alternatively, if we go, okay, Orisa or Lucio Tracer are playing over there versus over here, and then we just go like through here, and then we just try to like get us as far away from the Lucio Tracer as possible, and then fight them while taking pressure on a point. When we're holding it, again, just like forcing the Orisa to take one angle, having bait somewhere else for the other for like DPS or whatever, and then just deciding, okay, guys, we want to fight the Orisa main because she's like way over, she's just way over committed, or we say bye bye Orisa, and we go fight like over here with the rest of the team. And then final one, this is like, I think I called it the most skilled point, just because it's so open. But like this one again is just about like. I think I like holding this high ground right here, like as Diva or whatever, if we decide to run that. But like, just kind of you have such an overview of where everything is, and then you can just apply pressure anywhere you want on the map. You almost force them to fight from that back hall. But like, it's just about finding out where the Kiriko is or the Sojourn are, and then just like baiting the Orisa in, getting her to force point, and then we just like bypass her, and then either force cooldowns, force slide, or whatever, and we're just ready to collapse on them again. And then once they're pushing into point, yeah, like it's baiting the Orisa. Well, if we need a retake point, then we just need to, again, like try to pull them away from point a little bit. If they're just tucked onto point, then we just surround them like fish in a barrel, find the weakest point, and then we don't have to worry about point that much. We just need to go attack whoever we are calling the target off point. But like we don't really ever want to fight point. Like once we fight point, we're giving them angles to fight around us. We want to force them onto point, find their weakest part, and then like we're not really playing like a high DPS comp except for like whatever Zervok's playing, right? So like if we were, then we want to force them onto point and then take angles on them and shoot them here. But like we're doing the opposite. We're like forcing them onto point, and then we're just bypassing them and then taking the fight off point. And then once we have an advantage, we can fight them on point with our DPS difference at that point, or healing difference. Okay, and then the last one is New Queen Street.
Yeah, I personally would say that's our weakest push bet.
Okay.
We haven't played Queens in like a month.
We play it tomorrow.
Maybe.
Oh shit, I didn't.
What?
Sorry, bud.
Breaking me down just builds me up.
Lose.
I feel like they're most like if we end up when we end up winning multiple maps, I feel like they're gonna end up choosing this map. I feel like a lot of teams choose this map for some.
This is a heavy brawl. And if we're
Yeah.
gonna play like fly or poke or something, I think that we just take left side.
Yeah.
I don't
Is
think
they're
we
gonna
can play
take
fire
high.
on this map.
You don't think so?
You just want to take over here, Ben?
Yeah, that's what I'd say. If they're, because then like we can, like Pub can just hide or something. Because I feel like Pub is either gonna be like Kiko or like Weaver here.
Yeah,
I can take-
think that if they go here, then like they're gonna be playing Tracer and they'll just take.
Oh yeah, true.
Angle. I think that like it's best for us to kind of like play a protective comp and then just like stick together for peel. Like the one thing that they're not good at is peel, and so if we can just outlive them and then like pick a fight somewhere, then like I feel like we'll win that most of the time.
Yeah, I definitely think we play either a Genji or Tracer and not a flyer here. I feel like it's way too open for the flyer. Even if we are targeting Soj, it's just she has all the opportunity in the world to just like poke me out and poke Sean out and stuff.
Yeah, and the Tracer Lucio will be on you guys too.
Yeah. So definitely like a Genji or Tracer here, Sean.
Genji or Tracer, and then I think just like controlling like right around here so that their Sojourn can't be playing lane really for free. And she can't really take this room for free. And then if she does try to go up on the side, then we have control of that as well. So just like kind of like playing up here and then just like mirroring wherever they are on point. We can have healers like in that room, in this room, And then our DPS and tank can come in playing forward. We're like, we want our DPS to be sitting back here as well, with the healer. But like, yeah, Ben, you're just kind of controlling the high ground. And then like once they decide that they want to play point, is when we can kind of just like try to create these angles on high ground. And then like the second that their Orisa commits onto anything, we just want to try to bypass them. And then just like we're faster than them, and like if we like, especially if they are low ground and we can take a fight high ground, we 100% want to do that. We don't want to fight the Orisa at all. But like, you know, they might be playing something else, maybe playing Doom or whatever. So like it's all just you know, it's all up in the air, whatever. But essentially, like, what number map is this? Is this like the 4th map?
Sorry, let me bring up the spreadsheet again. This would be, I mean, this would be the last map if we win the first 3, because I'm thinking it's first to 4, right? So we would have to play a push map.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, yeah, you have to play push map. But so like I guess it's kind of just like you guys need to get a read on what you've been beating them on, what they've been playing better on throughout the match, and then like at that point you guys can decide what comp you want to run. But like this one is like kind of the same as the Portugal map, where like once you kind of get it around this corner, it's just like diminishing returns. So like I think that you guys can pressure point a little bit more. It's a little bit safer than the Portugal one, just because like it is a little bit longer of a pathway to get here. But I can talk. I gotta go to the bathroom so bad.
Yeah,
so
go
I'm gonna stop
ahead.
the recording, and then we can talk about this a little bit later. But I can't even think right now to go to the bathroom so bad.
Go to the washroom, very good.
All right, I'll be back in like 5 minutes.
Take your time. Take your time. That's funny.
So this is the last one that we're going over.
I believe so. Yes.
All right.
I believe so.
Sweet.
And then, Pleb, you there?
Yeah.
Are you cool with the Koth, Flashpoint Koth for Saturday warm up?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure. I know Zervok doesn't give a shit.
Oh.
And for the Flashpoint, do we want to warm up on a Flashpoint we're good on, or a Flashpoint we're not good on?
I'd say not good on. I think that the more that we struggle in warm up, the less we'll struggle in match.
So we're thinking Antarctica, New Queen Street, Samoa for our warm up.
Yeah.
You cool with that, Sean?
Yeah, sure.
Because I do want to struggle in our warm up. I don't want it to be like we roll warm up and then we go in overconfident. I'd rather be over prepared and like not confident
Yeah.
than
Well,
under prepared and confident.
I know we'll be playing against Gabe, Shan, their support, who is, oh my god, what's their name? It's like a fish, I think. Whatever.
Guppy.
Anyway. Guppy, thank you. Gabe, Shan, Guppy, and then Osh and Aki are ringing for them. So Osh will be the tank.
Oh, so we're fighting against the old DPS duo. Okay.
Yeah. So I know that's who they're gonna be playing. And then I don't know if Gabe and Osh are gonna be like swapping who's tank or whatever, but
yeah,
it'll be a decent warm up for us.
And then Sean, would you want to play
hard.
comp? Yeah. Would you want to play comp a little bit tomorrow and Saturday
Yeah, sure.
to try and work on synergy? Because I feel like if Sean and I just
Sure.
going at the same time, we win. Okay. Sounds good. 'Cause yeah, Zervok will just do Zervok things, and then if Sean and I are on the same target, they'll probably die.
Real.
Reep.
I'll be
hungry.
living.
Yeah.
I'll be living long enough.
Live long enough to get the W. 'Cause yeah, it's like I'm kind of confident, but I'm also like not confident because they were doing really good against us last
It's a
time.
grand finals.
I mean, last time, do you remember what was stacked up against us last time?
What was stacked up?
Phoenix wasn't here. We didn't have Zerbok. We had
Yeah, it was Aki and
Aki
Sauce
and-
and
yeah.
And we
last
won
time
the
you guys
first
played
2
in
maps and
BG.
then threw the next 2.
Yeah.
So they
and
haven't
then
really
we
even
ended up
played
beating
against
them on
Echo.
like Lucio insert whatever I was playing.
Yeah. So they haven't played against the Echo Mercy and they have not played against the Vok hit scan.
Yeah.
So
I
if
know,
they're gonna
but
play
but
new
it's still not.
team-
I still don't feel like too confident. I'm more like,
It's gonna be a tough
No,
game.
no,
It's gonna be a tough game.
it's gonna be a tough game, 100%. And I think our biggest thing is if we end up winning the first 2 maps, we can't think, oh, easy. We have to like respect the entire time because we can get into our own heads as well. We've done that before.
yeah,
Like that happened last time we did UGC finals. That's why it went to 7th map. You know what I mean? We
yeah,
won the first 3, and then all of a sudden we lost the next 3, and we were playing 99 final map. Like I'm not trying to do that again.
yeah. No, I don't
No.
want to do that again either.
We just play respectively the whole time and play to our strengths.
This Clash
Yeah.
Royale game fucking blows. I'm level 12 playing against a level 14 and there's nothing I can fucking do.
You can spend more money.
I read.
Oh yeah, I didn't think of
Yeah.
that one. Thanks.
I re-downloaded
I'll
it
think
on the
about it next time.
toilet, and I smoked some kid, and I didn't play anymore.
I know it.
Dude, that Sparky Witch combo. If they don't have a zap spell or lightning spell, it's so good. Like you can't do anything.
There's actually a lot of counters to that,
to
but
know about your
I just-
bathroom habits.
I just wish there were counters to someone
I was
having higher level
bored.
cards than me, which unfortunately there are not unless I have the same level cards as them, which involves
Yeah.
spending thousands of dollars.
Yeah, no.
Yep.
I'm not like if I go against somebody who just like destroys me because they have higher level cards, I'm like, cool, they spent more money than me. I'm not like, there's nothing I can do. Oh,
My head hurts.
yeah. I'm hungry.
Oh great, another level 14. I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
You could just leave the game and not play it.
It's Clan Wars.
Oh.
Wait, what is this one server that he's in? Is it called Universal Halloween Horror Night? You see this?
Where? Which one?
Oh, maybe the black one
Like,
at the
yeah,
second to
like,
the last?
yeah.
Maybe.
It looks like he just doesn't leave servers.
The way
It's
he
got no
organizes
folders
his
either.
servers are so different. Yeah, I folder my fucking servers. Oh my
I
god.
folder like the one that I'm like in Overwatch esports, and then my like in real life friend groups.
Yeah,
Then my
mine.
online friend groups.
I've got everything
and
foldered
Ringer.
except for the servers that I like use regularly.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, no, I got teams and ringers, tournaments, looking for scrim, looking for ringers, friends discords, and then streamer discords and dead discords.
Yeah.
I don't have mine organized. They're all over the place. And the worst part is I forgot the worst part. I forgot it as I was saying it. That's great.
That's some new level ADHD right there.
Oh, I remember now. I have like 1,000 mentions, like not even more,
Oh,
like
no.
thousands of mentions in total.
Mm-mm.
And it's just like all red on a bunch of them. It's crazy.
Mm-mm. Nope.
Oh my
Couldn't
god, the
copy
worst
me.
part is this guy is so fucking terrible and it doesn't matter because my cards are terrible. This guy just plays so dumb and I can't do anything about it. Like I literally lost. I literally lost.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
I love watching Family Guy shorts.
Me too. Me too.
It's my favorite pastime.
All right.
Welcome
So
back.
much better. So much more clear in the mind. But yeah, it's the same thing. Like, we don't ever want to have to fight into this. That's just bullshit. So like, you know, we push cart between fights, and then we just escape back here, and then we just take the fight at a more advantageous for us. This is like a little bit less advantageous than the Portugal one, just because it's not as high. But like, yeah, they'll probably try to push you up through here, or they'll just try to like push cart and forget about you guys. But if Everest is on cart, then like, or whoever they're playing is on cart, then we just need to be finding the Sojourn, or finding the Kiriko, or finding the Lucio. Really, like, the whole concept of beating this team, don't let the Tracer get a kill, to start the fight, force the Orisa to just like be stuck in no man's land, or like chasing down a dummy target that will never die, and then beyond that, just creating angles and trying to find where their Lucio's isolated, or where their Sojourn is too split, where she's already used slide and had to rotate, or their Kiriko is just kind of in a bad spot. Like, I don't really know how many different looks we're gonna get from this team. I'm not recording, so I'm totally at liberty to say this, but you guys will have Zervok this time. So just expect more firepower. And I don't mean that as a slight to like Aki or whatever, but just like, I think that like the Tracer was really, really beating him up last time, and he was just taking the fight over and over again. Whereas like, I think Zervok's smart enough that if he's getting his ass kicked, then he's just gonna take a different fight, or just play with his healers more, and that'll take the Tracer out of the game. So yeah, I would just definitely say like watch the VODs, watch them win, watch them lose, see what they're good at, see what they're bad at, see what like really makes them upset, and then just try to, you know, minimize the highlights and then maximize the lowlights out of them when you play them.
Okay.
Sir, yes, sir.
But yeah, like the one thing is like the one thing we can always have over them is our mental, right?
Mhm.
So like, even if they're winning maps, they might still be like just like upset. Like you guys saw, they full held Midtown and then capped it in like 20 seconds, and they were silent afterwards, right? So like, just we gotta keep our momentum, gotta keep our energy up. That's the one thing that they can't take away from us, right? So you guys will have Gabe in here. I'm sure he'll have some answers if you guys need him, some encouragement. But yeah, just make sure that we have that, and that we're always with a plan, right? So like, let's say first map they come out on the Orisa Sojourn shit, we beat the fuck out of them. We go, yo, like the grand finals is ours, let's go. And then they come out on a totally different look. We can't get caught flat-footed. We can't be like, oh, they're playing something different now. What do we do? Like, we have to like immediately analyze it and try to come up with like an answer to it. And if we can't find one, then you guys just fight as hard as you can. And then before you go into the next map, you guys delay as much as like you have to if possible. But you discuss it, you come up with a plan. If anybody is like feeling like they're not getting help, or like, hey, like I don't know what I'm doing, then you ask, and then you like as a team all understand what we're going into doing the next map. And we'll also have map selection. So like that's the other thing. Like if we ever lose a map, it's not the end. Like it's not that bad of a thing, because guess what? We get to take them to one of our picks next. One of the ones that we are really good at, and then we make them play our game again. As opposed to like feeling uncomfy and having to play into them on like, say, a map that we don't like so much. So like even when we lose, we're winning, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anybody have any questions or anything they want to talk about?
No, I think that's pretty clear.
I'm good.
Cool. Finals?
Yes.
I gotta go into the serve chat.
Oh, finals?
Can you just post the when you download the VOD, Bear? Just put in the notes chat and then add Vok. Okay, awesome. Thanks again, Bear. I gotta jump into the other chat.
Ben!
Thank you, Bear. What?
My log doesn't kill a fucking Dark Goblin!
Did that happen? How low is your log level 9?
My log's level 10, his Dark Goblin's level 15!
And it doesn't kill?
It doesn't kill it! I'm cooked!
Yeah, you're actually. I'll just leave. I'd uninstall the game. I gotta.
Because it's Clan Wars, I have to use decks that aren't